your marketing team will look very different soon. And I don't mean different in a we are restructuring titles kind of way. I mean, the jobs that have existed in marketing for the last 15 years, some of them are already gone, others are on their way out. And a whole new set of roles, roles that didn't exist 5 years ago, are becoming the most sought after, highest paid positions on the team. Today, we're talking about the new marketing org chart, what it looks like, who's on it, what skills matter now, and what this means if you're leading a team or trying to build a career inside one. I'm Rohit Shetty, and this is Marketing with AI. Let's get into it. Let me paint a picture for you. It's 2019. A mid sized SaaS company has a marketing team of 12 people, a head of growth, two media buyers, a creative director, three designers, an email specialist, two content writers, a marketing analyst, and a campaign coordinator. They're spending around $180,000 a month in headcount. They're good, they're doing solid work. Fast forward to 2026, and that same scope of work, it's being done by three people. Three people with AI systems doing what 12 used to do. That's not a prediction. That's what's actually happening inside companies right now. AI has become a mainstream part of modern marketing operations. According to the Salesforce State of Marketing 2026 report, based on a survey of 4,500 marketers worldwide, 75% of marketers are actively using AI in their workflows. At the leadership level, the Gartner CMO Spend Survey 2025 found that 39% of CMOs are reducing headcount as automation and AI reshape team structures. Looking ahead, McKinsey's analysis of agentic AI in marketing estimates that approximately 60% of marketing tasks could be powered or significantly assisted by AI, transforming how organizations execute campaigns, create content, analyze data, and engage customers. So, why is the old org chart broken? Well, the old org chart was built around a simple constraint: execution was expensive and slow. You needed humans to do all of it. You needed a person to buy the media, a person to write the brief, a person to pull the report, a person to schedule the campaign. The org chart was basically a headcount based solution to an execution problem. That constraint is gone. AI systems now handle bid management better than a junior buyer with 2 years of experience. Platforms like Meta's Advantage Plus and Google's Performance Max automate what humans used to be paid full time salaries to do manually. Reporting dashboards self populate, insights get synthesized automatically, basic content gets generated in seconds. The constraint in marketing has shifted. It's no longer about execution capacity, it's about strategic judgment. And most org charts haven't caught up to that reality yet. According to Gartner, 65% of CMOs now believe AI will dramatically transform their role within 2 years. 65%. That's not a fringe opinion anymore. That's the majority of the most senior marketing leaders in the world saying the job I have today is not the job I'll have tomorrow. And if the CMO's role is changing, every role below it is changing too. The whole pyramid is shifting. So let's talk about who's falling off the chart first, and then, more importantly, who's climbing up it. I want to be direct here because sugarcoating this helps nobody. Some marketing roles are being automated out of existence, not eventually. Now, if you're in one of these, that doesn't mean your career is over, but it does mean the clock is ticking and you need a plan. First, the junior media buyer. This one's already largely gone. When the ad platforms themselves are doing what junior buyers used to do, managing bids, allocating budgets, optimizing audience, targeting in real time, the $55,000 a year person manually pulling levers is redundant. What remains is the senior practitioner who understands why a campaign feels wrong before the data shows it. That's a fundamentally different skill set, and it's a much smaller team. Second, the reporting analyst. The role whose entire job was to pull data from different sources, compile it into a deck, and present it in a Monday meeting, that job is going away. When dashboards self populate and AI can synthesize insights into a plain language summary in 30 seconds, the pure reporting function becomes automated. The replacement role isn't an analyst who collects data, It's a strategist who knows what questions to ask of the data. Third, the general content coordinator, not the creative strategist, not the brand voice specialist, the person whose job it was to write 500-word blog posts from an SEO brief, schedule social posts, and format email newsletters. That work is being handled by AI tools faster and cheaper than ever. According to the data, 47% of routine marketing tasks, including basic content creation, will be fully automated by 2027. Fourth, the campaign coordinator, the role that existed to move assets through an approval process, schedule sends, make sure things went out on time, that's increasingly handled by marketing automation and AI agents. It doesn't need a full time person, it needs a system and one person who can manage the system. I want to be clear about something. I'm not saying these people weren't valuable. They were incredibly valuable in a world where human execution was the bottleneck. The problem isn't the people. The problem is that the world changed and the org chart didn't. And now companies are waking up to the math. But here's where it gets interesting. Because for every role that's shrinking, a new one is emerging, and the new ones, they pay significantly more. This is the part of the show I'm genuinely excited about because these new roles are fascinating. They don't fit neatly into the old boxes. They require a hybrid mindset that bridges creative, technical, and strategic thinking. And in many cases, there aren't nearly enough qualified people to fill them. Let me walk you through the ones that matter most right now. 1. The GTM engineer, go to market engineer. In January 2026, LinkedIn listed over 3,000 open GTM engineer positions, up from 1,400 just 6 months prior. This role sits at the intersection of marketing automation, CRM operations, and data architecture. They build the technical systems that power the revenue engine. They're not writing code all day, but they're deeply technical, fluent in tools like HubSpot, Salesforce, Clay, and a dozen automation platforms. And they're in massive demand. 2. The AI prompt engineer. This isn't about writing clever one liners for ChatGPT. It's about building systematic, repeatable prompt architectures that power a brand's entire AI assisted content, campaign, and communication stack. Companies using structured prompt engineering report 40% fewer AI hallucinations and 60% better brand alignment in AI communications. That's a real business outcome and it needs a dedicated person to architect it. 3. The personalization engineer. Consumer expectations have been permanently reset. Amazon, Netflix, Spotify, people expect every digital experience to feel like it was built for them. The personalization engineer uses AI and behavioral data to build those hyper tailored customer journeys at scale. This isn't a content writer with a segmentation spreadsheet. It's a person who thinks in dynamic decision trees and real time behavioral triggers. Number 4. The AI Center of Excellence lead, also called Head of Marketing AI or Senior Director of AI Projects. This role is less about execution and more about enablement at scale. They run the internal function that sets standards for AI use, runs pilots, tracks what's working, and spreads best practices across the marketing org. Think of them as an internal consulting arm for AI adoption, setting guardrails so the whole team can move faster, not just the tech savvy few, the five. The Chief AI Revenue Officer, CAIRO. This is the big new C suite title that's quietly appearing in forward thinking companies. The CAIRO owns the ROI of AI across the full revenue stack, bridging AI capabilities with revenue goals. Think predictive analytics, recommendation engines, AI driven CRMs, all unified under someone whose mandate is making sure AI investments actually drive revenue. Salary range $200,000 to $300,000 and above. 6. The conversational design strategist. As AI search, chatbots, and voice interfaces become primary customer touchpoints, someone needs to design the conversations those channels have with customers. Not UX in the traditional sense, this is strategic architecture of AI driven dialogue. What does your brand say when a customer talks to it? How does your AI chatbot handle a complaint, close a sale, or guide a discovery session. That's this role. Number 7, the AI governance lead. As AI touches more of the customer experience, who's responsible when something goes wrong? Who ensures the personalization engine isn't discriminating? Who audits the AI outputs for bias, brand integrity, and regulatory compliance, especially with the EU AI Act and other frameworks coming into force? That's the AI governance lead. It's a policy and risk management role embedded in the marketing function, and it's becoming non negotiable for any enterprise level team. And here's something fascinating. Research shows that even non technical marketers who develop AI literacy and tool fluency can reach director level compensation in 4 to 6 years compared to the 8 to 12 years that was typical on a traditional marketing career path. That's a massive acceleration. The people who move early on this are going to be way ahead of the curve. So now we understand what roles are going away and what's rising, but how do these pieces fit together structurally? What does the new marketing org chart actually look like? The model that's winning right now is what I'd call the systems based team, not headcount based, systems based. The old model was more output needed, hire more people. The new model is more output needed, build better systems, then add senior humans to direct them. At the core of the new structure, you have three layers. Layer 1, the strategy layer. This is a small group of senior practitioners, usually 3 to 5 people, who set direction, make judgment calls, and own the business outcomes. This includes your CMO or head of marketing, a growth strategist, and your CAIRO or AI lead. These people are not doing production work. They're making decisions that the systems execute. Layer 2, the systems layer. This is where the GTM engineer, the personalization engineer, and the AI Center of Excellence lead live. They build and maintain the infrastructure, the automations, the AI workflows, the data pipelines that power the entire marketing function. Think of them as the engineering team inside marketing. They don't create campaigns, they build the machines that run campaigns. Layer 3, the creative and governance layer. This is where human judgment remains irreplaceable. Brand storytellers and creative directors who set the voice and emotional truth of the brand. The AI governance lead who ensures the systems are ethical, compliant, and on brand. And increasingly, the conversational design strategist who architects how the brand communicates across AI powered touchpoints. What's notably absent from this structure? Large teams of junior executors, the coordinators, the junior buyers, the basic content producers, those roles have been compressed or eliminated. The pyramid has been turned on its head. It's now wide at the top with senior talent and narrow at the bottom with AI systems doing the execution work. According to the WEF Future of Jobs Report 2025, 170 million new roles are projected globally by 2030, while 92 million are displaced, a net gain of 78 million jobs concentrated in technology, data, and AI functions. Marketing is living this transition in real time. Now, I want to address something some of you are probably thinking, does this model only work for big companies? No. In fact, smaller companies are adopting it faster because they have less legacy structure to undo. A startup today can build a highly effective marketing function with three senior practitioners and a sophisticated AI stack and compete with a company 10 times its size that's still running an old model team of 15. That's both the opportunity and the threat, depending on which side of it you're on. There's one more structural shift I want to highlight, and it's about reporting lines, not just headcount. The new marketing org chart is significantly more cross functional. Research shows that 92% of high performing marketing teams now work closely with product, sales, and customer success, not just occasionally, but structurally. Marketing leaders are being asked to sit at revenue tables, not brand tables. The CMO's job is being rewritten away from brand steward and toward revenue operator. Spencer Stewart's 2025 CMO tenure study found average CMO tenure at just 4.1 years, the lowest in over a decade. But here's the twist: 62% of departing CMOs moved into equal or larger roles. The ones who are thriving are the ones who've embraced the rewrite. The ones who are struggling are the ones still treating marketing as a brand and communications function when the business increasingly needs it to be a revenue and systems function. What this means for you? Okay, so you've heard the numbers, you've heard the new roles, you understand the structure. Now let's make this personal because none of this matters if you don't know what to do with it. I want to give you three practical takeaways, depending on where you sit. If you're a marketing leader, a CMO, VP, or head of marketing, your most urgent job is not to buy more AI tools. It's to redesign your team structure around AI. Start by auditing your org chart. Which roles are execution heavy and routine? Those are the roles that need to be either upskilled into more strategic work or replaced with systems. Then ask yourself, do I have a systems layer? Do I have someone building and maintaining the AI infrastructure that my team runs on? If the answer is no, that's your first hire. Also, and this matters, tie your marketing outcomes to revenue, not just brand metrics. The data is clear. CMOs who make themselves revenue accountable are the ones advancing. The ones staying in brand and communications only territory are the ones getting replaced. If you're a mid level marketer, the most important stat I shared today wasn't about jobs disappearing. It was this: 73% of marketing leaders say they can't find talent who can interpret AI generated insights and translate them into strategic recommendations. 73%. That gap is your opportunity. If you can become the person who bridges AI output and business strategy, who can look at what a model is telling you and know what to do with it, you are going to be in extraordinary demand. Start building that skill now, not someday. Now. If you're earlier in your career, don't panic, but do pivot. The traditional junior marketing path coordinator to specialist to manager, that path is getting much harder because the coordinator layer is largely automated. The new path is develop fluency in AI tools fast, pick a specialty personalization, content strategy, paid media strategy, not execution strategy, and learn to think in systems. If you can get experience with GTM tooling, marketing automation, or prompt engineering, you'll be ahead of most of your peers. The future in this industry doesn't belong to the people who can do things fast. It belongs to the people who can think clearly, who can orchestrate AI systems, make judgment calls, build emotional connections with customers, and tie all of it back to business outcomes. That's human work. That's irreplaceable work. And there's never been a better time to lean into it. In APAC specifically, and this is worth noting for any listeners in this region, 84% of business leaders express confidence in using AI agents to expand workforce capacity in the near term. That adoption rate is higher than anywhere else in the world. The marketers in this region who move fast on these skills are going to have an outsized advantage. All right, let's bring this home. The marketing org chart is being redrawn right now, not in some imagined future. The teams that are winning in 2026 are leaner, more senior, and built around AI systems rather than human execution volume. New roles: GTM engineers, AI Center of Excellence leads, CAIROs, personalization engineers are commanding huge salaries and sitting at the center of the most effective marketing functions in the world. Old roles, the junior buyers, the basic content coordinators, the reporting analysts, are being compressed or eliminated as AI platforms do that work faster, cheaper, and often better. The org chart isn't shrinking though, it's reshaping. It's getting smarter, more strategic, and more cross functional. And the people who understand that shift and position themselves inside it are going to have extraordinary careers. If today's episode hit different, I want to know. Drop me a message, leave a review, share this with a colleague who's navigating a team restructure or a career pivot. These conversations matter, and the more people who think clearly about this transition, the better the industry is going to be for everyone in it. Next week, we're going to go deeper into one of these new roles, the GTM engineer, and I'll break down exactly what they do, how to hire one, and how to become one if that path excites you. Until then, keep asking the hard questions. I'll talk to you soon.